Seniors pause for a moment. What if I told you that some Japanese doctors in their 90s and even past 100 are still performing surgeries, seeing patients, sprinting competitively, and living with the energy of people half their age? These aren't myths or lucky exceptions. They are living proof of a specific way of eating and living that Western medicine is only now beginning to understand. Dr. Shigeki Hinohara worked until the age of 105. Dr. Hikichi Miyazaki became the world's oldest competitive sprinter at 105. And here's the most surprising part. It was in genetics, supplements, or extreme diets that kept them thriving. It was a simple, repeatable eating pattern that quietly contradicts much of what we've been told about healthy aging. When researchers from Tokyo Medical University studied 847 Japanese centenarians, they expected to uncover exotic superfoods or secret nutrients. Instead, they found something far more unexpected. These individuals weren't eating anything unusual, and they weren't following trends. They were practicing daily habits so simple that most people overlooked them entirely. Even more astonishing, the most powerful secret wasn't about what they ate at all, it was about what happened inside their bodies when they ate a certain way. Studies suggest this approach may extend lifespan by up to 40%. Yet more than 95% of people unknowingly do the exact opposite every single day. One of the most overlooked secrets is food temperature. Japanese longevity doctors observed decades ago that the temperature of what you eat dramatically affects its digestion and energy. Dr. Makoto Suzuki, who studied Okinawan centenarians for more than 40 years, found that those who regularly consumed warm or room temperature foods had better digestion, lower inflammation, and steadier energy levels. Cold food forces the stomach to use precious energy just to warm it to body temperature energy that could otherwise support immune defense, cellular repair, and brain function. Long-term studies showed that people who drank warm water in the morning and with meals had significantly fewer digestive problems and far less constipation. Digestive enzymes work best at body temperature, and ice-cold drinks can reduce their efficiency by as much as 40%. That's why traditional Japanese meals almost always include warm tea or soup instead of ice water, even in summer. Cold foods aren't forbidden, but timing matters. Waiting 30 minutes after meals allows digestion to work properly without disruption. Another powerful habit involves when you eat. Japanese centenarians don't graze all day. They eat within a consistent 10 to 12 hour window, then allow their bodies time to rest and repair overnight. Dr. Yoshinori Nagumo found that this natural rhythm activates autophagy, the body's internal cleaning and recycling system that removes damaged cellular components and replaces them with healthier ones. This process was so important that it earned a Nobel Prize in medicine. In long-term studies, people who maintained a 12-hour eating window had dramatically lower rates of metabolic disease and inflammation. Importantly, this isn't about skipping meals or starving. It's about giving your body predictable breaks from digestion so repair can occur. The Okinawa centenarian study even found significantly lower rates of dementia among those who avoided late-night eating. What Japanese doctors also noticed was the power of color. In villages with exceptionally low disease rates, people naturally ate foods from 5 different color groups every day. Red foods supported heart health and reduced inflammation. Orange and yellow foods strengthened immunity and protected eyesight. Green foods aided detoxification and DNA repair. White foods boosted immune defenses. Purple and blue foods protected the brain and slowed cellular aging. These compounds don't work in isolation, they work together. Traditional Japanese meals include small portions of many colors rather than large servings of just one food, creating nutritional synergy that modern science is only beginning to understand. Portion size plays an equally critical role. In Okinawa, people follow a principle called harahachibu, which means eating until you are about 80% full. Not stuffed, not hungry, just satisfied and light. Researchers found this naturally reduced calorie intake without malnutrition and activated longevity. Genes linked to reduced inflammation and improved cardiovascular health. Eating slowly is key. It takes the brain about 20 minutes to register fullness, and rushing meals often leads to overeating. Simple practices like chewing thoroughly, putting utensils down between bites, and using smaller plates make this habit almost effortless. Fermented foods are another cornerstone of Japanese longevity. Centenarians have gut microbiomes unlike those of most adults, rich in beneficial bacteria that produce powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. Daily consumption of fermented foods such as miso, natto, and naturally pickled vegetables supports bone health, brain function, and immune resilience. Large population studies showed significantly lower risks of stroke and heart disease among those who regularly consumed fermented soy products. These foods even influence mood and cognitive health by communicating directly with the brain through the gut-brain axis. The key is consistency and quality, as small amounts daily are far more effective than occasional large servings. One of the most surprising discoveries involves the order in which food is eaten. Japanese doctors found that eating vegetables first, protein second, and carbohydrates last dramatically reduces blood sugar spikes, sometimes by more than 40%. Fiber from vegetables slows absorption, protein stabilizes insulin response, and carbohydrates are absorbed more gently when eaten last. This simple sequence has been shown to rival the effects of some diabetes medications, improving energy levels and reducing cravings within days. Finally, the most powerful ritual of all happens first thing in the morning. Nearly all Japanese centenarian doctors drink about 2.5 cups of warm water immediately upon waking, before eating or drinking anything else. This practice flushes metabolic waste accumulated overnight, activates digestion, boosts metabolism, and increases blood flow to the brain. Long-term studies found significantly lower mortality rates, fewer heart attacks, fewer strokes, and better cognitive aging among those who followed this ritual consistently. Starting with a smaller amount and building up allows the body to adapt comfortably. These 7 practices are not isolated tricks. They work together. Warm food supports digestion. Eating windows allow repair. Color diversity provides complete nutrition. The 80% rule prevents overload. Fermented foods strengthen the gut. Eating sequence stabilizes blood sugar. Morning warm water resets the system. None of this requires expensive supplements or extreme diets. They are simple habits practiced consistently over time. Start with just one small change. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Choose a single habit that feels manageable, something you can realistically practice tomorrow without stress or pressure. Then give it time. Let your body respond. Once that first habit feels natural, add another the following week. This gradual approach is exactly how these Japanese doctors lived in, not through extremes, but through steady, consistent routines that compounded quietly over years. Within just a few months, you'll begin to notice real changes: steadier energy, clearer thinking, better digestion, and a sense that your body is working with you instead of against you. As these changes build, you'll start to understand why Japanese longevity doctors say aging isn't something that simply happens to you. It isn't a fixed path you're forced to walk. Aging is something you influence every single day through small choices that either support your body's natural repair systems or slowly wear them down. Your body already carries the instructions for long life. It already knows how to regulate, repair, and renew itself well past 100 years. All it needs are the right conditions, consistent nourishment, gentle rhythms, and habits that work with biology instead of fighting it.